This character here that's encased in ice is from a title that Marathon did over in the Asian territories. His name is Altus Stratus, and he's a little different than Matt. He doesn't operate in sort of the same time that Matt does. Altus, coming from Japan, or I think technically he was drawn in Korea, sort of is a different style. Obviously his games, the Penultimate Illusion series, don't yet have VO, even after number 52 or I think is the number they're up to. Altus Stratus talks with dialogue boxes instead of VO. And because of this, even Matt has to read through the lengthy dialogue that Altus has, but you can always push the A button to advance it. Altus is, of course, your typical androgynous, giant sword-wielding RPG character with a hairdo that my wife would probably be jealous of.
An ellipsis? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
And of course, the famous ellipses from every Japanese RPG that you've ever played comes back to haunt you. So at a certain point, even Matt gets fed up with this and decides to take action. Now, when you jump into the fight with Altus Stratus, you'll notice one thing really quickly. Altus is turn-based. He is not in real time, so he needs to select his spells and charge up his MP meter before he can do the attacks. And that's when you, while he's charging up, is when you really want to try and get your shots off on him. This is an interesting spell here. This is his healing spell. So what you have to do is, as these hearts come in, you need to shoot them. And if you don't shoot them, like that one right there that I just missed, it gives Altus a little bit of health back. So that makes it a little tougher to kill him off. He also has a number of different spells he can pull from. In this case, he can do a summon, which summons some of the Space Marines from Hazards of Hostility to help him. And if I choose to deal with these guys, which this guy I'm going to because I really want his gun. That's his spell. Okay, so this is a little meteor spell that he has. I'm gonna have to book it to make sure I can stay out of the way of these things and not get totally killed. But I didn't do so bad. So I'm gonna try and do as much damage to Altus as I can while he's not completely invincible. So the Space Marine pistol is kind of unique in that you don't have to reload it, but it has to cool down. It has to take some time to recharge, so to make sure to give it a little time to do that between shots. Need a little more ammo here. Ooh, I might die. Let's see if I can get under this. Nice. Here's some ammo. So you'll notice too that the gameplay itself is a little old school. That's because what we wanted to do is sort of design a boss fight that is sort of traditional in the sense that it's pattern-based. So he has these 4 spells that he selects from. You know exactly what they're going to do when they happen after you've learned what they do. And so really the fight then becomes watching him, making sure you know what he's going to do next, and then figuring out what to do in each of those situations. So that makes for a kind of classic gameplay. I think something that's really fun and still sort of a tried and true type of gameplay. I got to take some cover here as he throws his sword out. Now that sword can also take the Space Marines out, but it'll take you out really quick too. And this is Altus's big spell here. This is his Meteor Storm spell. So what I have to do during this is I have to make sure I stay out of the range of this red circle here on the ground. So that means running like hell. Let's see if I can do these guys. Grab some cover. Oop. And take some time to pop these. During melee attacks, if a guy happens to be standing right next to you and happens to get a shot off, you will take damage. Outside fire will affect you too if you're in melee, but for the most part, guys aren't going to be stupid enough to fire into their own guys as you're in a melee fight with them. So yes, you can take damage, but it's not likely. So I've beaten Altus Stratus, and here you get a little shot of QA. QA is the quintessential sexy female programmer that we all work with at all of our software companies. She works in the real world, actually, so that's why she's manifesting as sort of an in-game avatar. And so she hacks into the game and is there to help Matt on the fly, hacks in upgrades, hacks in advice, things like that, and comes in and shows herself and sort of guides Matt through the game. She becomes Matt's sort of sidekick throughout the title. And as Matt points out here, next he has to go to Wasaf Docks, which is where all these guys are taking everything that they stole from the Fragme warehouse. And he's going to have to go there and kick some buttocks.